I didn't find the thing I would like to go after from a time on where I would have grown into it in early years of my life, nor did I find it through specific circumstances or circles I've been in that were showing me and telling me what might be the best way to go, because there wasn't that kind of structure or integrity in my life that would define for myself what I would need to go after. Because many people are in the position, unfortunately, that their parents or someone is telling them in a not too good way what they should do. And these things often play a big part in how these people then end up and what they actually stick to, or how far they might want to distance themselves from the thing they've been living their whole lives, when it doesn't in any way is the thing that they want to pursue. And that shall not be the case with life. That shall not be the reason or the whole meaning in approaching this life, that we are stuck in some sort of system that someone else told us and laid us in front of our legs and didn't show us any other option. But the problem comes from not having the options or not choosing to make your own options after someone took them from us. Because we once were all in a position where we had many options to choose, where we had many different kind of influences on our lives and were very agile and were able to move ourselves through so many different kind of fields. When we were childs, we were open for the world. We did like to see new things. We did like to immerse ourselves in unknown things. But what made us then not so agile no more were the people around us. Those who told us, do this and that is wrong. Those who said, going after this path is the right one, and when you're not doing this, you're a loser. Those people who are defining for us what might be the best way to go were also those which limited our potential, which limited our braveness, which limited our a sustainable and healthy risk management within ourselves to choose to do something that's meaningful for us, that has to get up or has to bring some braveness with it, that has to involve some sort of risk to it. Because when we take all the risk out of the things we do and just live in this sphere of always trying to preserve this safe zone, because yeah, they were telling me I should go after that, and when I do it, nobody's ever complaining about that. That's for sure. Nobody's gonna complain, and you're living in this zone. But are you actually happy in this? Are you actually feeling like you are getting closer to this inner lying powers you might carry with you? Why are we not choosing to open ourselves then? And one big reason for that is the amount of people around us that are impacting us, that we count on as well, that we see as someone important. Because, yeah, for sure, your parents are important. They're such a big part and a very crucial one in who you are going to get and who you've become, but the amount of knowing what your own path is worth in comparison to what your parents or other people close to you might think is the best should be differentiated in a big degree. But that's the hard part. The hard part of going your own lane is to be able to come up with this differentiation from deep within you without any like feelings of being held back, without any anxious and like feelings that might not serve your own way good, because these feelings are being built through these people that are impacting you. And to just sometimes it's just enough to realize that there's an impact being made on you, that there is someone that is making such a big impact on your life, on your decisions, that you are starting to question these aspects this person is throwing towards you. And whenever we question something, we're standing in front of the next decision of either taking it and leaving it aside, just saying, yeah, okay, I'll do it, or we can counteract on this questioning we make in front of, or when it comes to being in a certain systematic like life that is being built in front of us, because it's this stage and space we are living in. And we can be grateful for whatever we have, even if it's little. And we can be grateful for the things that our closest people are doing for us. And we can also just like know that they're doing their best. They're doing the best they can with whatever they might be able to come up with. And if it ends up that you gonna get hit by it in any way, they just didn't know it better. And only because they don't know it better, you should not always be in a position where you're starting to hate on them, because it's not going to take you further other than an inner conflict that's arising from these emotional states you're in, when you could also choose to take your own opinion out of it, because that's what matters. What matters is the opinion you make for yourself on the things that others are telling you. Because when the things others are telling you are getting clearer and clearer by your own questioning process, by your own realizations, you are sooner or later going to be in front of that cliff where you don't know if you're dying when you jump off it, because you ain't seeing anything. It's a foggy day, maybe it's night, you don't see where you go, you don't see if you're gonna fall down and just be dead. Because sometimes we just have this instinct in us that we think it's going to end up in such a drastic way that we shall not take any step in this direction, when in reality you may not even be standing in front of a cliff. It might just be a little decline, like a stair. So we often get tricked by our own senses if we shall or not go in a direction that might feel good for us. But it comes from the stage that we are building. And the stage we are building for us is the one where on which we can choose if we are moving into a direction or not. It shall be within ourselves. We shall try to build this stage for ourselves, to choose from or choose the ways we are able to go, and like detach more and more from those who were telling us what we shall do. Because when we are always stuck in these thoughts of just doing something because somebody else was telling us to do so, how shall we have room even for anything that's coming from here, from inside of us? There's no space no more. There's so much space just being taken by the thoughts that we have to like be enough for them, that we have to show up because they want us to, because someone else wanted us to. We gotta do it to make them happy. When all these feelings and this stress of being someone for someone else is taking over us, what is left from us then? When it's all on them. So to realize that, to really see that we are free, we are us, we are this kind of thing, we live, we choose whatever we want. And when it's quiet, nobody's gonna tell us anything. When nobody is wanting something from us, when nobody's there to actually show us the finger and tell us what to do, then there is room. That is your room to start realizing and start getting closer to what the thing might be that you are feeling good at. Because mostly in these times, we even try to suppress something that's lying deep within us. Because that's a moment where our vulnerability might just kick in and show us that we are weak in this moment, that we are drowned by this life. Even though it's a moment where we would have or could choose many ways for our own growth, we sometimes or mostly don't have the choice seemingly in that moment of being able to make the choice, because we're just so down. And what do we do in today's time and age to suppress these feelings and bring ourselves out of our own problems? We choose to go to quick dopamine. We choose to hold on to these metal boxes, scroll through whatever kind of stuff. We so little time of what we do is actually just sitting there. And when we don't do this, when we know that something out there is impacting the decisions we make, the interests we have or not have, because we don't find time for them, because we are like in this cycle of being someone for someone else, then and choose to pick up some of these devices in the times where we're not being impacted by these forces. Oh man, that's not going to look too bright, because time won't just open a new window in front of you after you've took all the 24 hours of your day. It's not going to happen. And your habit's not going to give it back. Your habit's not going to tell you after years of committing to the same shit you were doing before and just trying to suppress all that life and all these feelings and all these hardships. Your habit's not going to tell you, yeah, okay, now I'm going into the complete opposite direction and I just sit down after work and try to think where I should lead myself towards. Because that gonna be a quite big load of anxiety that's gonna come up then. Even a bigger load than you might think you would get when just letting it be, not choosing to distract you, not choosing to do something for a quick hit. Because we see that it might just get worse. Sometimes we are even so close to move and do one step into the right direction, but we are too much in our comfort zone to even just try it, because it's so easy. There's no thing in a civilized life where you're not on the lower end, where it's not so easy to just sit down, open up your phone and get lost for hours when you got free time. It's way too easy. So the actual challenge in today's life is this inner meaning, is the inner fulfillment, because we all being like flooded, all ourselves are being taken out of us and being like puzzled up in a new kind of picture and being thrown around all the time, that we lose so much from what we are within all this noise around us, and not choosing to give ourselves some time now to just sit down and realize what we are living, what we are doing, what made us feel like this now, what are we taking out of the thing that this person was impacting us on, what is the conclusion. Do we need this validation? Can we break free of this? What is our own way? Because there is one. You can go for it. And when people don't trust you no more, or say, I don't think you can do it, or I don't think that you're gonna make it, they don't know it. They just want you to hold you back, because they are living their own habits as well. And what they've seen in their lives, they're gonna impact on you, because that's what they know. All that they don't know, they're going to try to distance from you, because it's also something that makes them maybe anxious. When someone's telling you, oh, just don't do it, don't even try to think about that, it's not the right thing to go. What do you think is the reason why they're telling you something like that? Yeah, sure, they have made experience maybe, and maybe they know it better than you. It can also be the case. But when you break down what you see in front of you, when you rationalize what you're actually seeing and build your own opinion from it, then you can also start to think if the reason they are bringing up for you to not do it is actually a reason you're standing behind. Because when you're not, you shall just go for it. And when they're mad at you, it doesn't matter. You can and will find a way. It's in your own belief that you're able to do it. Nobody's able to tell you when you know, when you have the feeling. Because you don't know the answer as well. But what you know is that you need to move to find out. Because when you won't move, you're going to stay in this zone. You're going to stay this anxious being who's not trying to get yourself out of this. Because you took the easy route too long, and you're being suppressed and crushed down so many times, and you just start to distract yourself because you don't want to face these problems no more, because they're feeling so heavy on you all of a sudden, when every little weight that's being pushed down on you is just coming from you not facing this actual problem. The problem of just being. Because that is a big problem nobody's actually recognizing, because, yeah, we are here. Yeah, I'm living. I'm doing something. But being, like sitting here now, just doing nothing. How often are you doing this? You working 9 to 5, coming home, what you do? You feeling drowned? You go to the gym, or you skip it? You sit down watching Netflix, or you sit down reading a book, or sitting down and start writing? What are your feelings after a long day of work that's not making you fulfilled? You're going home and just try to change the world? Mostly not. But are you going to start? Are you going to find a way to get out of this when you not just try to find all these spots in you that actually are a part of what you're able to accomplish? Once you just start. Because nobody ever is gonna come from the point of, yeah, now I can do it. I will do it and it's no problem. Yeah, sure, there are people who have an easy time doing something. But there are also people that are having a hard time doing and living the life you are living, with being in need to go to work to sustain your life, with having responsibilities or dependencies. And there are still people who are actually able to break free from that, working and also doing their own stuff. And that is possible for you as well. When you're deep down into this kind of thing that's holding you back, you first just gotta realize that there is potential in you that you can give out there. There's so much from in there can get out there once you just realize. Once you just see and start to try to understand what is around you. What is the actual thing that's making life for you? What is making your heart beat up, making you smile when you think about it? Even if it's just a distant dream, it's something you can grow towards. And when you work and have things to do, it still can be something. You can find a way. We're all able to do it. We're all able to make the most out of this life because it's ours. And we should take our own hands on it and not give it up to someone else. That's what we are. We shall be who we want to be. So that's the best part of life. That's the best part of being alive. So, it's on you. Start to choose life. Yeah. Almost making me want to cry, man. Got the goosebumps here. Okay. You can do this. You can rock this, okay? Just give yourself some more time. Time to let it all sink. Okay? Proud of you. You can be as well. Never forget that. So, I wish you all the best. See you very soon. Bye bye.